Hi, thanks for understanding that I couldn't be there today. Got to be in the salt mines and all, you know. A high-level social media plan to develop followers. This project shouldn't just have followers. The ideal is to, well, trend on events days. Trending mean that choices on the lips of every, on the fingertips of every tweeting of any granny Instagramming. In this little clip, I will condense a 3-day course into 4 laws and 4 simple steps. All that money for so little info. Maybe we should drop the price of the course. Nah. Believe it or not, a website is not the key to generating followers and causing a trend. It does, however, play a foundational role in developing security and information for visitors. Someone switch the lights off. Oh well, while they're off, guess what I'm doing? Can you? I'm doing something right now. No, Angela, it's not dirty. Can you guess what I'm doing? Well, I'm winking in the dark. Look! Although this demonstration is cute, it has a fundamental message that we really have to get. Winking in the dark is pointless, and having a website without actively driving traffic to it is also pointless. We shouldn't wait till the event happens to drive the traffic. Too late, she cried! Ideally, we should start to create the following with immediate effect, following the 4 laws and the 4 steps. Why are they laws? Because they work, regardless of who uses them. And if we apply that to social media, we create the outcomes that we want. While I was experimenting and discovering the 4 laws and the 4 steps, I used Gilbert here. You didn't know I was a ventriloquist, did you, Angela? But he doesn't have a mouth. What I do is mind read. I don't do ventriloquism. But Gilbert here gained 2,900 followers in under 3 months using the laws and the steps. A teddy bear. I know, right? So basically, here are the laws. Consistency, reciprocity, social proofing, and engagement. Let's flesh them out for you briefly. Consistency. Constant presence on social media is critical. No, really critical. It is so important that this is the only part of growing social media presence that I actually spend money on. Gilbert Gallivant here tweeted every 20 minutes for 2 months. There are a variety of apps that will handle that. You don't have to physically be there tweeting robot style. Blair. But we can employ a robot. There's a plan. The law of reciprocity basically boils down to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Follow others of like-mindedness. Repost them. Comment on their key posts. If you want people to engage with you, you need to first engage with them. Gilbert left bare comments. Bear, Angela, not bear. And people reciprocated. It's a universal truth. Simple, powerful. The 3rd law is social proofing. There is a very sweet TED talk on how to start a following. I'll post the link on the group so you can all have a watch. Social proofing and the TED talk tells us how when you have a leader doing something new, it is often the first follower that influences the growth, draws the crowd, rather than the leader themselves. The leader often comes across as a lone nut, sorry Angela, until they have support. It is the support and influence of the followers that actually grows the movement. Guys, that's your cue to look at each other sitting around the table. Gilbert created support counts. Okay, I did on his behalf. That he reposted and commented from on his own posts to make it look like other people were posting. Social proofing is about others getting together and looking at what you've done and giving the approval. So by Gilbert creating the extra accounts and using them to repost his own tweets, it looked like people were acknowledging him. I checked this out and it's okay. So collectively as a group, we need to repost and comment in our personal capacity. In that way, it encourages other followers to do the same, because it's like we've already checked it out and given our stamp of approval. So they'll follow. Simple. Sneaky. Engagement is the last law. When followers repost, comment or ask questions, we need to engage with them as soon as possible. Snap. Quick. If we don't, we lose the very point and purpose of the first 3 laws, and we lose credibility in the sight of the followers. It is more likely engagement will occur on social media and not necessarily on the website itself. Nevertheless, It is the final and foremost law. Wasn't that a contradiction? Let's briefly look at the 4 steps to be followed. 1. Create engagement on social media platforms. Now. 2. Develop content for 3 areas. Website, which is foundational, leads credibility and detail. Static pages. We also need to create dynamic pages, like on a blog. It's easier for visitors to interact. And then we need to create content for social media. Memes, teasers, and links to blog content. Blob? Didn't you mean blog? So there's always continuity. Step number 3. Publish the content. The content must be released in time with the event, not randomly or independently. And for most effect, we use the hashtags. We can publish and track responses, photo, live stream, all using the hashtag. As team members, we need to repost, we need to comment, we need to post stuff utilizing the hashtag, and that will generate the trend. It is the volume and the frequency that trends are measured. Trending is the ultimate social proofing and will cause a flood of followers, which is publicity. Viv, that publicity means value. Ne? For them peeps sponsoring. Big value. Step number 4, follow up. We must avoid death by after event anonymity. Okay, we mustn't vanish after the events. We need to create content, comments, follow up, pics, videos, articles to be spread wide and far after the event. We must be like a baked beans fart. We must linger much longer after the event. This content too must be structured. There must be takeaways. There must be call to action, or call to choices if you like. That's it. High-level social media development. Let's just recap. The 4 laws of social media growth. Number 1, consistency. You've got to have consistent presence. Number 2, reciprocity. Do for others what you would have them do for you. Engage with them, they'll engage with you. Number 3, social proofing. As a group, we need to support that which is posted, and in that way, it says to other people, hey, I've checked this out and it's okay. I've given it the thumbs up. They'll feel more confident getting involved. Watch that video on how to create a following. Number 4, engagement. We need to respond to whatever engagement comes our way. We need to be engaging. The 4 steps. Number 1, let's create the following on social media now. We need to start now. Number 2, we need to create 3-phase content. First for the web, then for the blog, and then for social media. It can be the same content, like Angela said last week, just repurposed. Step number 3, we publish the content in line with the events, and we use social proofing to maximize both the content and the events. Hopefully, we'll create a trend. Number 4, after the event, add value and follow up. We're going to instruct, we're going to advise, we're going to call to act, and we're going to call them to choose. Hope you're having an awesome meeting. Bye now. Wave goodbye to the nice people. Good boy.